My name is Marko. I started to fly 87 in 88, and it looks like I'm an addict of paragliding. So,
Grandfather.
when you begin, I will speak how I feel. When I began to fly, it was like struggle how to stay in the air. Later on, when you began better and better, your appetite are growing, so you want further, higher, whatever. You want to have bigger thrill. And then comes the time when you begin to take competitions to develop your knowledge. And with this, I think this is very good way to get better, because you have around you pilots, and you can see what they are doing, and so you can do what they are doing and try to do something by yourself, and so you are developing, I think, by my opinion, the best way to improve your flying. And then comes the time when you want more. You want even higher, even further, even more thrill, even I don't know what. Something more. So, and maybe your country, your place where you're flying becomes too small. So you say, okay, I go there from, let's say, from Hungary I go to Slovenia, from Czech I go to, I don't know, Italy, and then you're improving. You go to different terrains and you're improving. But you want more, of course. And then you say to yourself, where should I go to be more, to do something more? And it means more, it means longer flights, higher flights, I don't know. And then you have to think where to go, because this is the problem. If you want to fly, let's say, high, or if you want to fly and walk, you go, let's say, to Himalaya. Or if you want to fly far away, you go, let's say, to Brazil. It's popular now. But in our days, it was popular to go to Africa. To Africa, to South African Republic, and this is the place where we first went. And this was opportunity which we get after the European Championship, which was held in Predvor in '92. There was English team leader, Mr. Nick, Captain Nick, and we became friends. And he said that he was organizing a trip to Freiburg for cross-country flying. And me and Domen and me, and the left guy is Tomes Vošek, the producer of the gliders. Me, Domen, and this was the photographer. I don't know now his name. I don't know his name. It's 92. So I forgot. So, sorry. So we decided to go to Freiburg, and our captain of the plane did a great job, because he made a turn around the highest mountain of Africa. This is Mount Kilimanjaro. So he made a turn around. So this is Nick. This guy is Nick. Was waiting for us, and so We went to Freiburg. This is Johannesburg, and then to Freiburg. Okay. We settled here. Okay, this is the campsite. Well, the point I want to say is, when you're asking where to go, we decided for Africa. And if you want to fly further, higher, and everything more thrill, you must ask yourself, what is the place for this? First of all, the place must be big enough that you can actually fly there. From one point to another point, it must be so many kilometers, otherwise it's useless. Good is if there is no borders in between, because then you can have some trouble. So South Africa in this way is very good, big country and so on. Another problem is that the region has its own one weather system. It is very important for long flights because you must have the constant one-way wind. If you are, let's say, flying here in the Alps, it is the general wind, but you're stuck in this valley winds, and maybe in 100 kilometers there is some other general wind. Actually, the place must have unique, its own one weather system that you can fly with the wind. Because in long flights, the wind is very important. Without the wind, you cannot make 400 or 500 kilometers. No how. No way. About the wind is necessary, but if there is too much wind, it's also not so good. Or if there is not strong wind, it's again not good. The wind must be right. The best is if there is not so strong on the ground, and then with the height it gets more strong. It's increasing. Well, the thermals must form, and if there is too strong wind on the ground, they tear it apart, and the thermic is not so good. So the thermic must form, and then this bubble must go up and faster and faster. So this is the best you can get. Yeah. One other thing which is very important is infrastructure, where you are going. Because if there is nothing, you fly 200, 300 kilometers, and then you land, and what then? You get stuck there for months, you can start to death, or bear can eat you, I don't know. So infrastructure is very important, that the ground support can come to you and fetch you. This is very important thing. Also, this is important because you're tired after the long flight, and if you want to fly next day, you must come back home, sleep, eat, that you're ready for the next day. This can be done only if the car can get to you and drive you back home. What is else? Yeah, then what is also important is safety. I don't mean safe flying, but the country must be safe. Because if you fly far, you usually land somewhere where the people is maybe not so hospitable or friendly. Even, I don't know, religion problems, or have the religion problems, or what else. So this is also important. I remember Venezuela, we were in World Cup. The organizer gave us the map. On the map there were red circles, and they said you don't land there, because if you land there you will lose everything. It also happened to one Swiss guy. They completely rocked him, only short pants on, and the police, the military police, had to come and rescue him. This is also important. So, South African Republic has all this one weather system. It is on the plateau. It means that it's a little bit colder at night, and the sun is strong, and so that this temperature difference became during the day good, and this is good for the temperature. It is safe. The infrastructure is super, and people, as I know, as I found out, are friendly and they help them. So Africa in this way is very good. Other people are going to Brasilia, to Patu or where? Quixada. But as I was told, they have very big problems with coming back, with retrieval. So if you ask me, the retrieval must be organized. Otherwise, forget it about, I don't know, flying every day, because it's not possible. There's also one moment, is the length of the day. South Africa is not the best for this, because let's say you have 8 hours, something like that, 8 hours for flight. In Brasilia, they fly 10 hours, in Texas also I think 10, something like that. So here you have 8 hours, something like that.
Or less.
Yeah, or less. And it is also, when you land at night, when it's dark, you pack the glider, and in 5 minutes it's dark. Dark. 5 minutes, day, 5 minutes later, dark. Yeah. About the equipment. Now it's easy. I mean, it's much easier. The glider are flying much better than those days. We have GPSs, we have telephones, we have, name it, we have everything. But it's very good for safety. Okay. Now we decided we need to go to Freiburg. Right? It was very nice. We were in the camp. We made some flights there, but nothing spectacular. We were first time there, and we didn't know what else. There was also Urs Hari, maybe somebody of you know who is an old pilot. There was Judy Layden, the hang gliding piloting.
Grandfather.
Yeah. No. And one thing is also about the equipment. They told us that there can be very big dangers of snakes and lions. I don't know what. Everything else. So I took with me the leather police. I borrowed somewhere police outfit. I mean the complete, the trousers and the jacket. And I landed somewhere once, and I didn't put it off because I was scared to be something wrong about the snakes and whatever, about the ostriches, oysters. Because they are very dangerous, they can kill you with a kick forward. And I get wet, and I was marching like this with a glider because it stuck on my skin, that leather. But I survived. This is it. Now it's different. You go to the comp and you just type what you want, and you can make plans on the computer and everything. Those days we have only maps, like patents, right? And we, this is the planning. This was the planning in '92. How we are going to fly.
Google Maps.
Yeah, maps. Okay, can you play? This is the harness, you know, this is the harness. This is the top sheet of those days. But Doman has the, you see, this is the rocket reserve. He already had it. And he also had oxygen. We didn't have money, everybody, for this. So we flew without it. This is Urs Hari, Doman. The other guys I don't know. This is Urs. Maybe the Swiss guy, maybe somebody knows. Okay. The winching, probably some of you already winched. It is simple. You attach to some kind of epsilon, you said, and here is dry ring attachment. The important thing at winching is that when if you are taking off forward, you just hold a little bit, and then when the car goes, you just hold a little bit and then release, and goes. No brakes, nothing. Just only thing which is very important is that your glider is 90 degrees to the line all the time. No matter how you go, your glider must be the opposite on the line. And it's simple also for this attached, because you just pull the one rope, this attached, and you fly. The winching we have, it depends how strong is this Kupplung or Bremse, but usually we have so strong that the climbing was, let's say, average 3 meters per second on the winch. And so when you come to the climbing, let's say 4, 5, or 6 meters, you know that you're in the turbo. You release then, and then you just stay in that air. It goes like this, but it's no problem. And then this is how you stay with this turbo and you go. This is the principle of the winching. It's easy. Otherwise, if you're starting backwards, you do it like on the hill. You pull the glider. There's enough wind. You stabilize it. You turn around and go. The driver goes and you're no brakes. Just one hand or another. That the glider is the opposite from the rope. This is important. Otherwise, it's okay. So we wait like this. You see, this was the top gliders of the day. The glide ratio was about 5.
What is this glider?
This is aerologic, I think. From air system. Now this is some flights. We didn't do anything significant. We just fly a little bit around for 14 days. Right at 50, 60, 80, at 100 kilometers. Nothing special. We didn't know. This is very interesting. These ropes had to be cut because these trees, these are bushes, are called haken stick. It's a 4 or 5 centimeters long thorns with a haken on the bottom. So it sticks and it holds you. So this we had to cut, but fortunately the producer had the spare lines and we changed it. So Doman could fly further. This is it.
When was this?
This was in '92. They kept it, right?
How far did you fly?
I don't know. Here in Freiburg, I don't remember. 80,
40?
40, 80, 60, I don't know. Yeah, Sibro. So we were very happy. Something new happened. And on the way home we said, okay, we are going back for sure. Because it was something new and we were okay. But when the appetites grew and we said, we have to go more to the west because this area here, it's more green. And we said, no, let's go here, it's more dry. And so, next year we arranged this trip with another guy. So, we decided to go to Kuruman. Kuruman is a super town. Yeah, because it has everything, infrastructure, even casino, everything, airport. And it's famous because of the natural spring. It's the biggest spring of crystal water in South Africa. About 2 million liters per day. This is Kuruman. About 2 million liters per day it comes out of the land. Here, this is it. This is also here is the camp where we stay. There is the airport. You see this. Okay. So now we can go.
Give it a thought, 93.
Yeah, this is 93. I see. So in Kuruman we're a little bit more experienced, and this is my flight. It's supposed to be a world record on declared goal, 176 kilometers, I think. But as you can see, we moved from the airport, which is like this in this direction, to this dirt road, because we have the west winds. And at that time you had to fill the form for the claiming records, where you are taking off, what hour is, the coordinates, where are you trying to go, and this shit is like this big sheet of paper. You will see that later. And on the takeoff was Kuruman airfield, and I put on the Christiana this declared goal, but we moved. I didn't change the takeoff coordinates, and it was not official, so it doesn't matter. It's like this. Take a moment. This is the road Christiana, and here I flew over this road. You see it here. Here is the road, the river. Dias, two dias. Yeah. This is the landing. Yes, yes. I did it, but I didn't did it. And out of nowhere came this land. You see, I landed. This is the same. This is the same time. I landed. When I pack, look how quick the dark came. Okay. And then this is the next day. You see, these are the forms. Here is written declared goal and open distance also, the date 13th of December 94. And these are the coordinates, and this is goal, directions, blah blah blah, Christiana, this, I mean, forget it. This is the forms. Ok, gremo naprej. Še? Okay, so the next day was more interesting for me.
Mandy, what was your profession at that time?
My profession.
Yeah.
Happy man. I was happy man. Money kid. This was my profession. This is, there you can see, because we didn't have this weather forecast and everything. We just get up, look at the window, we said, the wind is this direction. We took the maps, we calculate, what degrees do you think? What do you think? More like this, more like this. And it took us, let's say, an hour, and during this hour, the wind changed and also changed our ideas where to go, change to. So you can see that I changed that. I changed that Herzog wheel before. I showed you before, and put new goal. The other wheel, railway crossing the road to Offosdal. This is the goal. No coordinates, just railway and the road. On that, there are wheel city which is 220 kilometers away. So here are some pictures of that flight. We have no GPSs, no telephones, nothing. Just compass and the radio station and the map on the...
How was the class base?
Sorry?
How was the class base?
So you will see. Hi. These days, yeah, about these days were about 4,500, something like that. This day. Okay. This is just a few photos of the flight. And when you fly long distance, sometimes you come to the tricky situation that you must decide to go or not to go. You will see later. Okay, the clouds are going more and more together, and more shadow come. They can train. See, this is not rain, this is snow. Yeah, really. Yeah, this is snow, and this is about 4,500 or maybe more. You see, there's a lot of dark there. There's a lot of dark. So this is the decision to go or not to go, because it's, you know, you can land. This time I stay in the air and just drift, let to be drifted with the wind. You see this? I just stick with this thermal, 0, 0.1, 0.2, minus 0.5. So, and I was traveling with the wind. That's why I told you that the wind is very important if you want to make long flights. This is also snow. How much? Yeah, it was about 40 k's of wind. This day. And I waited 1 hour and a half, I think I was circling. But you know, today I would never do anything like that. I would go because there are different days. But that time I said, okay, I will stay in the air and maybe I will fly far. But then the clouds disappeared and I was okay again. This is my goal here. This is the crossing, the crossroad, the railway and the road. So, but you have to find it on the map. From 4,500 meters, all the time you have to check where you are, and you have to inform your ground crew where you are through the radio. So we had two systems. One system is that you told them the coordinates, which was pretty difficult because on the map on your knees, flying, you had to look at that small numbers and you know to see where the line is, where you are. This crossroad is here, or you had to find it on the map. I'm on below. Yes, over that turn point, I'm here. Then you have to read these coordinates on the map and tell them to the crew. The other thing, a little bit easier, we had the circles from the airfield, 50 kilometers, 100, 150, 60, 70, 200 circles, and then you just say, I am flying like, let's say, 110 degrees, and I am 105 kilometers away from the airport. So this is easier for the people to pinpoint where you are. So this is here. This is here. You see, it was not a regular day because I was flying northeast. Usually this is the way of flying from west to east.
Did you fly alone?
Sorry, yes, I flew alone, completely alone. It is very difficult to fly this long distance with somebody if you're. It's really difficult to find with somebody to fly together. Yeah, por isso. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this is. I had to go over the goal and took a photo, and this was it. So this was my goal, 220 something kilometers. I landed afterwards. I landed because the official, this man told to me, yes, you had to land because this is declared goal record claim and blah blah blah. I didn't have to land. I should continue, and maybe it was early. I had maybe 2 or 3 hours more to fly, and probably maybe at that time, maybe I will make 300 at that time. I mean, it would be good, really good 300 at that time. It would be perfect. But this was how it was. Okay, can you pray? This is the landing. I was drifted, you can see, backwards, the wind. I landed. I had to take a photo from 4 different sides. That is like that they can see. Aha, yes, you landed there. They can press. This is the same picture. This is it. This is the same.
You had a static there?
This is it. This is my record flight. And with this we finished with Kuruman because the appetite went bigger. And after how many years? After 20 years. 13 years, we said, okay, let's go to Africa again, that we did with Primož and Petar. We went. You can see, this was our team in Kuruman. The same team, just this is Alex Lu, the South African pilot which supported us. Arranged everything, sleeping, winching, retrieval and everything. Now I was talking to you about that camp. It looks like this. Къде да спре? Час ги къси, къде да check. There was days where we couldn't fly, so we took a rest. This is the eye. I told you before, the natural spring. Okay, dalje. This is it. In the middle of nowhere, you know, everything is dry and Kuruman has this water coming out of nowhere. It's amazing. Crystal clear. There, you can drink it. And these are not the biggest ones. They were really like this. These trouts. Ne, kako ste postavili? Trouts, yes, trouts. Really big, like a meter maybe, yes. Okay, this is also Kuruman from the air. This rokovi. This is how it was. airfield, and we had the shade, and you can see a lot of locals also were coming there to fly. Preparations. Okay, this is the plan I was telling you. We are talking about where to go. What do you think? More north, more south? Where? Wow. Difficult. Okay, yeah, okay, danke. This is for just to see the previous picture was the same picture like this, but there was only one cloud. This is the second picture taken after 5-10 minutes. They can you will see the development of the clouds. This you see this bush. This is the same area of taking picture.
What time is it?
It's about 10 o'clock. 10:30, something like that. You see the same bushes, bigger clouds. 5 minutes later, same bushes, more clouds. So it's in half an hour. It became from nothing to like this. Good. Yeah. This was very good at that time. Later, when we and Primož were there, okay, we were at some other place. We had a shit days, you know. Nothing like similar like this, a lot of moisture, but I will tell you that later. Okay, this is winching. Okay, some more pictures. Yeah, it was obligatory to take a picture of the takeoff, of the formula, then the takeoff, then the paraglider, and then the go. Okay. You see, this is the cockpit of those days. This is the map. This is the map, and this is the compass. That's the only thing we had. The map, I could open it, so it's better, bigger plan. And you have to do everything with this instrument. And the variometer here, it's just a vario, and it has a barograph inside. Oh, you had to print out the barograph, and not like this, you put it in the computer, pop down, and you have the track. No tracks. Just baro of the height, that they can see that you're really in the air all the time, and then the takeoff and the landing. These are the pictures. I mean, the site is amazing. Sometimes it's really. Yes, this is the mines, open mines. Okay. Каше? Напред. Каше. Okay. What is also important at flying in the foreign countries, long flights, and the landing is very important, especially if the area is maybe polluted with animals, this kind or another. Let's say in Africa you have lions, you have black rhinos, which are very important. Elephants, everything. Very giraffes. Very attacking giraffes. No. You can land. Okay, like this, but take it in the front. I will tell you later. The best way to land is on the road, because they can fetch you. They can the ground support can come to you, and you are on the safe side of the fence. Because there are two kinds of fences. One is, let's say, like meter, and the other is high, 2 or 3 meters. Don't ever land behind 3-meter high fence, because there is something inside that area. For sure. I mean, for sure. Okay. For sure. Can we pray? Okay. Can we pray? Okay, then you land and you wait for the ground team. It's okay, no problem. If you're on the safe side of the fence. Sometimes you land near such, let's say, village. And when you land, it can be very nice. The people are coming from everywhere, and can play. And it's nice. I mean, the moments are beautiful. They were very happy because at that time there were very few paragliders. I mean, we were like gods fall from heaven.
The people is from circus.
Yeah. So this was from Kuruman story. Now after 10 years, we were thinking again. Oh, Primoz, what shall we do? Let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere. Yeah. Let's see. And we said, okay, let's go, but not to Kuruman. It's to east. Let's go more to south and more to west. So these are my flights from 92 and 93.
94.
Yeah. Okay. We decided to go to Priska. It is more south and more to the west, and we were determined to break the world record. I think we should fly 450 or something like that. And we decided to go to Priska. We found one guy called James Bright from Johannesburg, and he was a really nice guy. He arranged everything. We were with him. Super. Right? This is Priska airfield, but first day we were flying here where the weather was there. Otherwise we were flying some different places. This is the place where we live and pray. And this is the flight, the first day, flight of the first day. You see, this is the landscape and it's hard to believe and pray. There is our place, and this is the place in Shen, that it can be like this. So, this is nice. This was our paradise, and from here we planned where to go, what to do. The weather was not good, and we said, okay, let's go. This was, I think, this was one big sleigh. We drove with a car about 100 kilometers away, and we tried to launch. We did it in Primoz, and this is, you asked before if you can fly together. You can, but it is very, very rare that this flight we were flying together. Yes. We were joking actually because it was late, the weather was not so good, but we just fly. We flew, all the landscape. You see there is this tower. Okay, this is Primoz, and we had time to make some pictures and like this. And we landed here. This is Kolsberg, and it's 312 kilometers away from the paper. So we said, wow. Now, the weather is getting good, but unfortunately this was the best flight in 20 days we were there.
That was in the year. I think nobody flew.
Yeah, and that year nobody flew. I don't think that everybody flew over 300. I think, but this was like a joke flight, but it was the longest one. We were flying to Copperton, we were to Grobershoek, we were going, we were also in Kinhart's one day. But this, the longest flight we made from here, 312 kilometers. Yeah.
Excuse me, which year was
This was not 2007, and that before was 193.
Yeah.
19. So this is in comparison our 312 kilometers and the world record 502 kilometers, which was made by some South African guy next year.
What was your deepest altitude to catch German?
Here,
Yes,
to fly or to get the terminal?
to get it.
50 meters. I
50
mean,
meters.
winching, yeah, when you come to the terminal, when you were winching, when you come to the terminal, you must release. Otherwise, you will never get another one because the track is short. There is only one terminal, if there is. But it's easy. If you stay inside, it's easy. I forgot to tell you, my highest altitude was 5,870, something like that. Almost 6 kilometers. Yeah, in 93. Okay, couldn't play. So that flight, the Primož was very, very clever. He forgot the goggles and everything, so this was the result. Yeah, he's okay. But we are very determined. I showed you before we went to different places. We had the equipment, we had the oxygen, but I don't think if we saw over 2,500, something like that, maybe 3. Nothing. It was wet. No, these are the different takeoffs we took. This is the Oranje River. We went to Bloemhof. This is our friend Peter. We took different places on the roads, not only on the tracks, airfields. And we made, if there was no good for flying, this day was not good. We made a trip to one band, and then a track. So we tried to enjoy. If we didn't fly, we tried to enjoy. So it's in flying it's like this. You are determined to do something, but if it doesn't go, you cannot do anything. You don't be sad, don't be in a bad mood, do something else. And what we do, we went to some excursions to see something. We also took a ride with a abandoned car. So, and visit the discotheque to see this is South African discotheque, I mean the village discotheque. Or sometimes we are just resting. Or being with our friends at our home, you see we have also the pool. You probably know this guy, the Swiss guy, Alfredo. He was at that time also there, but some other accommodation. But they come to us to visit. So, what can I say? This is it. I mean, this is how my flights, our flying, 97, 2007, 2008, bad weather. We didn't do anything special, but we were there and we were trying now. And now, after 6 years, I'm also, again, I'm thinking to go again, and I got one interesting place to go. It is like it is like this. It is like this is 600 kilometers. It is from Kinhart I think the direction is okay, and you don't cross the Lesotho border, which is also quite okay. Because that guy go to Lesotho, I don't think he had a good time. I think he had some troubles there. So this is 600 kilometers. Probably, I'm interested to go there. And I think they can play. I think that Primož was already in 2008 thinking about that 600 kilometers. And this is the father of all flights. So the track is there. I think it's quite risky. I mean, it's not an illusion. It is possible, but you must be there, try hard, be there, try hard. There is, it's waiting, maybe some of you will, it's waiting for you, actually. And you can see here it's quite a long distance. So, it's waiting for you. Thank you for listening to me.